Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making homemade applesauce from scratch. Well, the first thing we need to do, we need a 1/3 cup of water. And we're going to go ahead and put that in our pan. Now we're going to need to go ahead and get 4 apples, and we're going to need to cut the skin off of the apples. I've cut one of the apples here. I've cut it into slices, and then I cut again twice to get them smaller like this. These apples are Pink Lady apples. They are tart and they cook up really well. You could also use Golden Delicious apples or Fuji apples. I'll finish cutting the rest of the apples, and then we'll go ahead and put it in our saucepan with our water. The apples are all in the saucepan, and I'm going to go ahead and boil the water. We're going to put the lid on, and I'm going to start out with maybe at least 5 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. We're boiling it until the apples get soft. If you like what you're seeing today, please hit the subscribe button down below. It's been boiling for about 5 minutes. And I'm stirring to get all the apples, coated in the water, so that I'm kind of steaming the apples to get soft here. And it looks like they still need some more time, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on and do it another 5 minutes. The applesauce is all done. I went ahead after it was about 20 minutes steaming them. I did have to add another about a 1/2 cup of water. The reason being is I had used an apple about this big, and that's a pretty big apple. I used 2 of these, and then I used 2 of the smaller ones. So I think because I used the bigger apples there, that I needed to have more water. But we'll go ahead and try to put some sugar in and see what it tastes like. Well, the applesauce is all done, and I have it in a bowl. I used a potato masher and I smashed it all down. As you can see, this applesauce is more of a chunkier applesauce. Now, you can, if you want to, you can go ahead and just not add any sugar. It's totally up to you. Usually I start by adding at least a tablespoon of sugar to see exactly how much sugar I would like in there. I'm going to go ahead and stir that up. Now, like I said, then you can try it. I'm going to try it and see how it tastes. If you don't think it's that sweet, you can go ahead and add more, but I always just start out with a tablespoon. Like I said, I added more water. So the original recipe, I added a 1/3 cup of water to 4 apples. Again, I had 2 apples here that were really, really big, and then I had 2 that were little. That's why it took more water to add. So when you are cooking it on the stove and you're boiling, if it looks a little dry, go ahead and add a little bit more water. So to this applesauce, you could also add, if you wanted to, apple pie spice. You could just add cinnamon. You could put cinnamon and sugar. If you wanted to, you could even put a little lemon juice in there. That would be pretty good as well. You can also add, if you want to, a cinnamon stick. If you had a cinnamon stick and you didn't have cinnamon on hand, you could put that in there when it's nice and hot after you've taken it off the stove and let it sit for a while, and then take it out, and the cinnamon stick will flavor the applesauce. So let's go ahead and try some here. This is pretty hot, so. That is good. Now, I like to taste the apple. I don't always like to taste too much sugar, so to me, that's pretty good stuff. Once you make this, you probably will not be buying the brand in the store anymore, because this is all natural, has nothing added in it. It just tastes a whole lot better. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.